Hello friends and Feng Shui lovers, or Ni Hao as Chinese people would say. In this video we are going to talk about the Chinese New Year and the magic square, which they call Luo Shu, for the year 2021, which is important for those who do Feng Shui as they follow lunar calendar. And you probably know that I also offer Feng Shui consultations and courses. That's why here I speak about Feng Shui. So preparations for the new year begin on the February the 4th and last until February 11th, which is today. I record this video today. And the Chinese New Year is celebrated on February 12th. But the celebrations last until the February 22nd. After that, Lantern Festival lasts from the 23rd to the 26th and thus ends the New Year holiday, not only in China but in many other Asian countries. Of course, all those days are connected with lunar calendar, and in our tropical astrology, we know that on February 11th is the new moon in Aquarius. And on 27th of February is the full moon in Virgo. And I spoke about that in my last video for February 2021. The name of the video is Sphinx, the Light of Conscious, and something else. You will find it on YouTube. So the year 2021 is the year of the metal ox. Ox itself is the earth sign. And in the cycle of birth of 5 elements, Earth gives birth to the metal. Since this year is a metal year, it means that there is a harmonious relationship between the ox and metal. And some Chinese, because of this reason, say that it's going to be a very peaceful year. But many others say that it's a very dangerous year, because metal is too strong, and we will see later when we compare this year with the years of the metal ox in the past that they were quite scary. Unfortunately, it is also here, not just lovely things that we can expect from metal also. So metal is new yin. Yin does not have yang, of course, it's either one or another. And when yang is missing, then there is no growth, because yang stimulates growth. Last year we missed element fire, and this year it is the same case. I spoke about that in my last video. The name is Feng Shui, Year of the Metal Mouse. I spoke in details about this birth of the element for the few 5 or 6 years. I will say that shortly here now, but if you're interested in more details, you will find it in my video for the previous year. And I also mentioned it shortly in the video named Horoscope 2021, Let It Burn. This is my horoscope and prediction for the year 2021 from the point of tropical astrology. So let me remind you here. By the year 2022, we are in stagnation. From 2023, new energy is slowly born again. And will grow, not drastically, but will grow step by step until the year 2024. And only in the years 2025 and 26, we can expect some success, and we can feel that it's the end of this difficult period. But those years, 2025 and 26, can be tremendous in some way. You know, there can be some unexpected things happening, but they are much better than those before. Yin metal is very often compared to delicate jewelry. They like to say that in China, which is beautiful, it's very sophisticated, it's very precise, you know, and it's very attractive, and you see that there is very sophisticated beauty coming out of it. But on the other side, characteristics of yin metal are very scary because it can be terribly cold and brutal. So when we put this when you put this together and compare with this year, you see that this year can be scary, because on the first side it can look quiet and very nice, but inside can be very, very brutal energy. And there is some sort of misleading, you know, in the ox metal year or yin metal year, to say precisely, because you think everything is fine, but very harsh things are actually happening with people in the world. And you know, if you ask me, that is about today's media, because they're hiding something. In media, they're saying one thing, but completely other things are happening, and people are quite afraid. Okay, let's mention which were the years of the ox. So those years were 1925, 1937, 1949, 1961. Remember this year, it's very important, because this was the year of the metal ox, yin metal ox, the same as now, this year. Then ox was also in the year 1973, 1985, 1997, 2008, and finally this 2021. First, a few things, let's say, about ox generally, which are characteristics of this zodiac sign. Well, they say that ox is honest and serious. They do not ask for attention. They always do precisely what is their job. They have many talents, and they organize themselves very well. And always at the end, they're prized. So other people recognize their qualities and prize them. Their hard work is rewarded. Then also they believe that everyone should do what is their job, and we should not interfere into that what are competencies of other people, which is very, very high quality for Confucianists, as Chinese are Confucianists. So this is another quality of this sign. And it's they are known that they are very nice and kind people, but they are never pathetic. They are very distant when it is about concerning feelings. They have very strong nerves. They explode rarely, almost never. But if that happens, then you know how this animal, the bull animal, you know, that they have this very strong and scary roar. You know, so when the bull roars, everyone hears it. So if they lost their nerves, then everybody knows that. But that happens rarely. Which are characteristics of the metal ox, which makes them different from other types of ox? Well, they say that they are more stubborn and more conservative than others. So it is a little bit harder for them to achieve success than others. For example, ox born in the year of fire or wood, you know, they're easy. They make success in an easier way. But metal ox can be very, very precise and very big specialists in that field that he is engaged in. What will weather look like, or what can we expect happening with nature this year? Unfortunately, Chinese people say that there are possible earthquakes in such years. And as an example, we can take a year 1901, when there was a huge earthquake in the Black Sea. Well, very rare earthquakes, you know, that they happen in the sea. And then they say, because metals gives water, floods are possible, heavy rainstorms, and even tsunamis, you know. But we almost always have this, you know, so don't worry that much. Then, which professions will flourish? Which people will be successful because of their professions? Well, those who are involved in IT technology, it is the same like last year. Then any modern technology, especially modern technology that are connected with the metal. If people produce something that they use metal, or if they are connected with internet and satellites. Because of some reasons, this ox year appear to be also connected with the space exploration, as it was, for example, in the year 1961, when Soviet Union sent first what is those flying objects, I forgot the name, for space exploration. And this cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin traveled or orbited the Earth. And after that, Russians said another object, which was supposed to make some exploration of the planet Venus. And after that, sometime after that, Americans also sent their spacemen into the space. So this was happening in the same year. Nothing significant happened with ordinary people in the year 1961. They did those attempts to learn about universe, or at least about the orbit of the Earth. But nothing really happened. But now it is the question if it can be so or not. It would be wonderful if nothing really important happened with ordinary people. But yes, we are in danger because there are tens of thousands of satellites in the Earth orbit, and many of them are sent by are private. They are private because the private companies send them. And perhaps you heard about Elon Musk, who sent many of those satellites. And I heard, and I read in the newspaper, that he said that we are almost ready to connect to the cloud. I don't know if you know about this idea of the cloud. This is some sort of artificial intelligence, and we are supposed to be connected with this, and this is supposed to lead us and directs us in the future. And I would say that this is very dangerous. So let's hope that the plan will fail. I don't have any other better wish. Also, which other professions will be successful? Well, especially purchases and sale of metals, precious metals, silver, gold, diamonds, and maybe even minerals. And it can be very prosperous earth industries that include real estate, perhaps land development, eventually mining. Okay, and what about the health? Well, breathing organs are in danger. Again, the same as we said last year, and we saw it happening. So lungs, nose, and skin, they are connected with the metal element. And because metal is strong, that also organs connected with water element can be in danger, as it is urinary system, kidneys, and reproductive organs. Pay attention to that. So what is the advice? Eat warm soups during the whole year, and warm yourself. Dress warmly all year. So how will finances look like this year? Well, according to Chinese calendar, there are going to be bigger and bigger economical crises, even bigger than last year, because we have no fire, and we will not have it until the year 2025, unfortunately. So it is even possible that there are going to be big fails in market and economy this year. And then they say that when economy goes down, then people do not trust politicians. That's why this year is the year of protests, demonstrations, and anti-government atmosphere. So there can be many tensions, not only between countries, but inside of the countries. Maybe not all, but perhaps some of them. So if we study Chinese Xia calendar, we learn from this calendar that things are repeating. Events are repeating after 60 years. So they have those cycles that also multiplies. So things repeat every 60 years, 120, 180, 240 years, and so on. They understand that things are happening like in those cycles. Everything is repeating according to Chinese philosophy. And if you want to study the future, they say, study the past. So, for example, what was happening 60 years ago, we mentioned the year 1961, which was also yin metal ox year. There was a great tension between America and the Soviet Union at that time, first thing. Second thing, John F. Kennedy took office and was killed 2 years later in the year 1963. So Chinese say it is very dangerous year now because there can be some quarrels between America and Russia possibly, or another part of the world. And it is not a good year for leaders. In this year, overthrows of leaders are possible and assassinations also. So all leader figures are in danger this year, which we'll also learn from the Bagua magic square. I will say that later. Also in the August 1961, the Berlin Wall was erected to restrict movement between West Berlin and East Berlin, but actually this was divination of the world on the east and west side. And also, at the end of the year 1961, American government sent, like they say, some officials, but actually this was army to Vietnam, and that was officially the beginning of the Vietnam War, which we know was a total disaster for America. So the year 1901, if you go back into the history, was similar. It was very dangerous year, and there were assassinations and assassination attempts also. There were many. Go to Google and try to find out about attacks in the 1901, and you will be surprised how many of them happened. But I will give you example of two. President William McKinley was assassinated in New York in the year 1901, and German Emperor Wilhelm II survived the failed assassination attempt, which happened the same year. Then also what China is wondering about. What is interesting, there was an opium war between China and England, and the year 1841, which was the year of the metal ox, was the most violent year. China lost in this war, and the war actually finished with the resolution or the treaty that was signed in Nanjing in 1842, when China was forced to give the Hong Kong island as the colony to British Crown. And this year Chinese are very much worried about that, what will happen with Taiwan or about Taiwan. Either this year 21 or 22, they expect that they will have to solve the problem somehow. But let's not speak that much about politics. Let's say further on, which zodiac signs are compatible with this year. The most compatible are rat, snake, and rooster. But this year especially rooster will be successful. And which signs are least compatible with the ox year? These are a sheep or goat, they say differently, horse and dog. But horses are especially lucky this year. If people are born in the sign of ox, then this year for them is very important year, as the new 12-year cycle begins for them. Doesn't matter which type of ox you are, if you are ox. So this year is very, very sensitive year for you. And Chinese people recommend you to carry jade pendant or this jade circle with a hole inside, and or even imitation of jade, if possibly green jade. This is this imperial jade color, like a grass green color, which is actually the symbol of protection. So Chinese believe if there would something bad happen to you, this jade will save you. Jade will be broken, not you. You will not broke. And not that people will be broken this year, but ox people really have to be careful because it is now something new starting, and that's why their energy is very sensitive. And now let's look shortly the magic square of Bagua for the 2021. There are many, many details. I will say only few important things. As you most probably know, Bhagwa changes not for the year but also every month. But here I will say basics for the year 2021. And you can change your home or your office if you decide so. In the central area, there is usually the number 5. Now there is the star number 6. This number 6 is fortunate number in Chinese numerology and in Bhagwa, and it means God's protection. So if it is in the middle of our house or office, means we are protected from the heaven, as they say, or we can enjoy God protections, as we would say. And you can even support this, and you can also behave. It's important this year to behave in that way that God likes you, God protects you. You deserve the protection. But if you do not do so, then it can happen anger of the gods, as they say, and that can be very big trouble. So first of all, in the central area of your place, put some diamond or precious stone. Make it clean, and do not sleep, do not sit there, and have the respect for your home, your life, and members of your home. And especially, this diamond or whatever you have, a precious stone that you put there, should remind you on that during the year. Then, as you most probably know, in Feng Shui is important the direction which you are facing when you are sitting or sleeping. Your main door is important, and the compatibility of your zodiac sign with the concrete year. We always start that we suppress unfortunate stars. So now I will say which are unfortunate stars, where they are, and pay attention if your main door is in this location, then you perhaps should use another door, if you can enter to your home from another door, or you can put the protection onto the door. Or pay attention if you sleep in this area or you have a working table. If it's possible, change it for 1 year. So, the star that they call 5 yellows is in the southwest. And this can be possibly dangerous for snakes and dragons. They should wear protective amulets this year. Then, also, stars 2, 7, and 3 are in the north, northwest, and southwest sector. Number 2, which is at the north, is illness. Number 7, which is now on the northwest, is robbery. And the star number 3, which means quarrels, is in the southwest. If possible, ignore this area, don't sit, don't sleep there, or put some protection. Especially you should pay attention if you were born in the year of mouse, sheep, monkey, dog, and the pig. I'm not saying what to use against, how to protect yourself, because Chinese has extremely many symbols and amulets, which often does not make sense for us. We have different mythology and culture, but you can use your symbols that will help you against illness, robbery, or quarrels. Something that makes sense for you. Then lucky stars are located in the areas of south, west, east, and northwest. They will be especially prosperous, bring luck for those who were born in the year of ox, tiger, rabbit, horse, and rooster. So, at the south is now number 1, the star 1, which means victory. So you can, at the south of your place, you can put some symbol of victory, trophies, or something that is the symbol of success for you. Or maybe of uniqueness also. Number 8, star number 8 is on the west, and this makes people rich. So you can put the number 8 there, or you can put geoda, if you know. This is this metal with the hole inside in this area. Then star number 4 is in the east, and this star you can use to support love in your life or to support studying for you or your kids, for example. If you want to support love, put there some flower. Chinese would use peony or cherry blossom. Of course, not roses or something like that, because it has that like needle. Or you can put the picture of some school patron that you respect and that can help you or your children, for example. And to the northeast, this year will be the star number 9, and if you want to support it, you can use 9 objects. For example, because 9 is in the northeast and this is earth element, you can use 9 crystals or 9 stones or 9 something that will be for you the symbol of the future success. And we said about the number 6 that is in the middle. Many Chinese will use in the middle area also water dragon, because water dragon is the greatest symbol of the heavenly protection. Although this is the year of a metal and the metal color is gold or silver, any metal color basically, still the luckiest color this year is red. You should wear red and put a little bit of red in your apartment or at your office, especially on the south and southeast side, because we need to support fire, and red is fire, as we don't have it. Doesn't matter that fire destroys metal or melts metal. Bit of fire we all need for the balance. Then the next color, which is very protective this year, is yellow. It can be also not just like a lemon yellow, any kind of yellow, and how do you call this in English? Ochre. Ochre also very good to create balance. Then green is quite good. In certain periods during the year, maybe you will need to wear green to support growth. And of course, then all other metal, gray colors, even white color. We don't need blue this year. And that's basically all for now that I wanted to tell you about the Chinese New Year and the Feng Shui calendar or Feng Shui magic square for this year. If you're interested in my work, check please my web pages, symbolicthinking.net. You will see there that I offer consultancy based on Feng Shui, but also based on astropsychology, spiritual astrology, and I also offer consultations based on Thetahealing. Everything you will find there. There is also online course of astrology for beginners. I don't have that many things in English as in other languages, but you will find some of them. If you're interested, please feel free to contact me. If you like the video, like it, share it, subscribe to my channel, and thank you very, very much for that. Wish you very happy New Year, or as Chinese say, 新年快乐身体健康